Hey guys, welcome back to the Crafty Couple. I hope you're having a fantastic week so far and excited for today's video. We're going to continue on with some more Christmas crafts and we hope you are as excited as we are for this. We've also had a few people mention that they are not getting notifications or seeing some of our videos. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure to do that first and then click the bell icon, and then you'll want to make sure that you click all notifications. That way you're not missing out on any of our new videos, since we are doing quite a bit more now that we're back. But as always guys, if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up and let us know in the comments which one's your favorite.
For this first project, I got these foam balls from Dollar Tree. They come in a few different sizes and I think they are a pretty new item because I haven't seen them in the Crafter Square section before until just recently. And then you will also need some buffalo check fabric. I got this one from, I believe, Walmart. I got it last year. For the foam balls, the easiest way that I have found to do this is to grab one of these skewers from Dollar Tree and hot glue twine at the end, and then just stick the skewer through the foam ball and then just pull all the way through, and then it will be on the twine. I did this for 6 of them. I would make this longer if you are doing a garland or wrapping it around a tree. The measurements that I went off of are 5 inches by 6.5 inches for all of the rectangles. If you are looking for similar fabric, I know people have been able to find this type of fabric at Dollar Tree. I have never personally been able to find it there, but there's also usually a spare fabric section from just people who had extra pieces at Walmart, and that's where I get a lot of fabric from. Once you get that all cut, you will just want to wrap the long end all around the ball, and you will want to hot glue it and then just work on one side at a time. You will probably have to trim it just slightly just to make everything fit. All I did was fold in all of the sides at one at a time and then just hot glued, would press it down with the end of the scissors, and then would just keep moving forward, hot glue, press it down with the scissors, hot glue, press it down with the scissors, and then did the same for the other side. This would be absolutely adorable wrapped around a tree. This would make a very cute garland or just anything like that. Let me know in the comments what you would use this for.
Next, we're going to be creating this sign using a gift box from Dollar Tree. So whenever you guys are going out shopping this holiday season, make sure to look for these gift boxes and gift bags because you can easily use them to create some very nice decor pieces, and it's only a few dollars. So what we're going to do to create our sign is I'm using some of these stakes from Walmart, and they're about $1.80 each. These are just some leftover pieces from another project. So whenever you guys do cut these, make sure if they're long enough to save the pieces, because you can always end up using them for something smaller like this. So what I'm doing is I'm just lining it up with one side and then marking it on the other side of the box, and then I'm going to use my other stake to draw a straight line across. Now you can also use that first stake as a template and mark it at the same length for our second wood stake. And then we'll go ahead and just cut those, and those will fit on one side. And then once we have those in place, we can go ahead and measure out the other sides. And all I'm using here is this jigsaw from Black & Decker. Really easy to use. You just want to make sure when you're using it on wood that you're pulling it all the way in and using it at the fastest speed and keeping it level with the wood. And then of course you can go through and sand some of those pieces off after. Once those pieces are cut, just go ahead and line them up with the box so that we can line up our other stake and see where we need to cut it. I like to do it this way. That way you don't have to really do any measurements, and it just makes it easier, and you can usually get a really good fit. Next, we can go ahead and apply our stain, and we've really been liking this early American stain from Minwax. And if you guys like a stain, I would suggest just buying this bigger container. It's only about $8 and it will last you a long time. I know some people use some stuff from Dollar Tree or watered down paint, but honestly, if you really like a certain stain, it's worth getting a big container. It will last you a long time. So after we have that stain, we can move on to gluing these down, and I'm just gonna start with one side and work my way around by gluing each piece. And it really is that simple. There's not a lot to making these signs, but if you can go out and find a bag or a gift box that you really like, you can easily turn it into a wall decor piece or just a piece that will go on your table. And all you have to do is use a little bit of stain on this wood, a couple cuts, and there you go. A really cute sign. And you can do this with any kind of seasonal decor or just regular general home decor.
For this project, you'll want to start out with one of these baskets from Dollar Tree, and I have seen a ton of these around lately, and we will be spraying it with this metallic oil rubbed bronze spray paint. And then you will just want to grab one of the Dollar Tree Christmas trees and then just go ahead and set it up. Like I have done before, I am grabbing this garland that I got from Dollar Tree, and I will be cutting pieces of it just to fill in the tree. I find that it looks a lot better, just more full and a little more expensive if you do it this way. I do like the little more bare and minimalistic look that some trees have, and you can definitely leave it this way, but for this specific look, I do want the tree to be a lot more full. Right here you can see how the bottom is a lot more full than the top. This was the first time I have ever used this snow spray. I haven't seen a lot of people use it, but it worked really well for me. The only tips that I would say is to go a little heavier than you want it. I did notice that it disappeared slightly. Obviously you can see I did go pretty heavy, and in the end you can see that it's a lot lighter. I did spray it with a matte sealer just so that the pieces didn't come off kind of when we store it. This is what the basket looks like once it is dry. We are just going to place a little bit of floral foam in the bottom and take all the pieces off that support the tree, and we will just go ahead and put the tree directly into the floral foam. Now I am just grabbing a $1 piece of fabric from Walmart, and I will just be wrapping it around the whole base of the floral foam and the tree just to give it kind of a blanket fabric-y type of look. In the end, I am wrapping beads around the whole entire thing, and I did use Dollar Tree beads to do this. If you would like to see how I made that, I will leave a link right here for that.
Next, we're going to be using these mirrors to create some Christmas wall decor. So you're going to need 3 of them. They are, I think, fairly new. We've only been able to find them at one store, so I really hope you guys can get your hands on these. They're really pretty, and I think there's a ton that you could do with these. So the first thing you want to do is you want to grab your garland. So this is just one of those big garlands that you can get from Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna wrap it around itself twice. And what I did is I just tried to cover up this little design you can see in the middle of the mirror, and that's kind of the measurements I went off just to cover that and leave the outside corners. So all I did was cut it and wrap it around itself so it would stay tight. After we have our little wreath completed, we can add these berries. Again, these are just from Dollar Tree. You may need a couple of these to complete the wreath, and I also believe you'll need 2 strands of the garland. So what I did is I just started wrapping it around the wreath, and then as I went around a second time, what I tried to do is hit all of the spots that didn't quite get very much coverage from the berries the first time, because I wanted to be subtle, but at the same time, not to where you can't even notice the berries. That's why you want to try and get in those gaps where they didn't go the first time. And after our wreath is all ready to go, the last little thing I wanted to do is use some of this spray snow. Again, this is from Dollar Tree as well, and then go ahead and hit it all the way around there. I wanted to get quite a bit on there, and it seems like when we have applied this, it kind of, I don't know if it melts or kind of disintegrates or whatever, but you typically lose a little bit of that snow effect. So maybe a little bit more is better. That way, as it settles, you still have quite a bit on there. And then I'm just using some of this ribbon, also from Dollar Tree, to glue it on and hang it from the top. And that's going to complete the one project, and if you want, you can just leave it and do one. We decided to do 3 of these and have them as a full wall piece.
And for our last project, we are going to make a tiered tray. I can't believe we have never made one of these throughout our whole time here on YouTube. So we are going to grab 1 pack of these burner covers from Dollar Tree, and they come with 2 covers. And then for the middle part connecting the 2, you can use one of the candlestick holders from Dollar Tree, but I'm just going to use one that we thrifted for only 75 cents. To make the tray just raise slightly, I'm going to be adding these pearl beads from Dollar Tree just to the bottom. This is my super scientific way of finding out where the middle is, so I'm just going around in random spots, and it was 10 inches, so I'm just marking at 5, and then just going 10 inches again, marking at 5, and just kind of where the group of dots is, I'm just guessing that's about the middle-ish, and that's where I'm going to be gluing the base of the candle holder. Now that I've found the middle-ish, this is where I'm gluing the candle holder. This method did work for me, but if you have a better method, I would definitely do that instead. Then I did the same thing for the top. I just measured it, and then about what the middle was, I just kept turning it and marking a dot so that I knew about where to hot glue the top of the candle holder. When that was finished, I went in with 2 coats of the Waverly chalk paint in white. Then you get to have so much fun with all the cute little decorations. And this is where I really wish I had a tiered tray the whole entire time. So Dollar Tree has tons and tons of ornaments that you can use to put on this tray. And then we also made this beaded garland forever ago. So I used a lot of ornaments from Walmart and from Dollar Tree. Go and get a bunch of them. They ranged from $1 to $3, and I was absolutely obsessed with all of them.
If you want to see more Christmas projects, make sure to click through to our Christmas playlist. We'll have all of our previous and future Christmas videos on there. But as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can be notified every time we upload a new video.